If you are sick and tired of your Etsy to-do list being this epic, endless list, a notebook, whatever, that you just keep adding to and you cannot seem to just do things that move the needle, figure out what you need to do first and when, then this episode is for you. Because you are probably trying to do 17 different jobs, half done, and then wondering why nothing seems to be moving. You tweak your banner, you watch endless YouTube videos, rewrite half a title, open Canva, close Canva. Today, I basically want to help you to sort that out. So we are going to build you a 1 task a day plan for your shop. This is going to be like the light mode. So if you still want to grow your shop, but you don't have endless amounts of time, then this episode is going to be yours. It's basically going to be a simple rhythm so that you know what to do, what actually matters, and how to keep moving even when you've only got 10 minutes and half a functioning brain cell left because your life just seems to be so damn busy. Now, this episode is mainly going to be for beginner Etsy sellers, especially if you are in that stage where your shop is live, but ish. And yes, this also does apply to any platform really. It's not just an Etsy specific video, although I know a large portion of you do sell or want to sell on Etsy. So we are going to keep this really, really practical, like 1 task a day simple. Before I give you the daily plan, there's something that I really want to make sure that we understand. Not all Etsy tasks or handmade business tasks are created equal. Some tasks grow your shop, some tasks maintain your shop, and some tasks are just straight up procrastination. Uploading a listing photo that actually helps buyers understand the product in 1 second is one needle moving job. However, you could also be spending 45 minutes choosing between 2 slightly different beige shades for your shop icon. That's not going to move the needle for you. So can you see that you might feel busy, but my question to you is, has all of the tasks that you've done up until this point actually been needle moving tasks? So the question every day for you should not be, what can I do today? The question should be, what small thing today is most likely to improve traffic, trust, or conversion? If a task helps with just one of these, then brilliant. If it doesn't, it still might matter eventually, but it probably doesn't need to be done today. So let's now talk about what a needle moving task actually is. So a good daily Etsy task normally does one of the following 5 things. It helps people find you. It helps people understand what you sell. It helps people trust the quality. It helps people decide faster, or it helps you make better decisions. Those are the 5 things that your task should fit into one of those. So let me give you some examples of needle moving tasks. Improving a title so that it matches what buyers actually search, fixing a first photo so that the product is obvious straight away, finishing and publishing a listing, adding missing information that reduces hesitation, checking stats so that you can actually see what's getting clicks and what's getting ignored, improving 1 week listing instead of randomly staring at your whole shop, posting 1 piece of content that brings people to a product or a shop. And here's busy work task examples. Endlessly tweaking branding before you've proved anything of yours actually sells. Changing loads of things at once so that you can't see what's actually worked. Researching for 6 days instead of listing. Making more and more products before your current ones are actually perfectly presented. Reorganizing your craft room or your workspace because suddenly that feels super urgent. And rewriting everything from scratch when really it's just one little bit that needs to be rewritten. All of those things are productive procrastination. They look busy, they feel busy, but they achieve very little. Here is the simple weekly rotation that I'd love to use for a beginner seller who is feeling really overwhelmed. So Monday, we sort out traffic. Tuesday, we sort out listing quality. Wednesday, we sort out trust. Thursday, we sort out visibility or content. And Friday is a review and reset day. Weekends, if you want to work them, can be optional catch up, making time, or like actually resting because you're allowed to do that. So let me break down each individual day, starting with day 1. Your traffic task is all about getting found. This is where beginners often get super vague. They'll say, I need better SEO, but what they actually do is they stare at tags like they're some kind of ancient language. And we don't really want to be doing that. Your job here on a Monday, when we're doing our traffic tasks, is to simply make your product easier to be discovered by the right person. That is pretty much it. So that might mean improving one listing title, replacing some weak tags that aren't really doing anything for you, checking whether your product wording actually matches what a buyer would type, or making sure your first photo supports the click once you do appear in search. Etsy's not just about keywords, by the way. I know a lot of people like to think that it is, but it's really these days not, especially in 2026. They've completely changed the game. It's also about whether people click on your listing when they see it in the search result. If your title is stuffed with weird wording and your thumbnail image is murky, Etsy can show you, but buyers will not be clicking on your listing. And what happens is that over time, Etsy will see that, they'll pick up on that, and they'll go, okay, cool. We're going to push your listing lower and lower and lower. So a traffic task could simply be, today I'm fixing the title and tags on one listing that gets views but doesn't get many clicks. Now, let's look at day 2, which is going to be your listing quality task. This is where you're improving the actual product page. Not all at once, like one listing, one job. We're keeping it super simple. Because if you try to sort out your entire shop in one day, you'll end up emotionally haunted and probably end up on the couch watching Netflix eating Maltesers. A listing quality task might look like rewriting the first 2 lines of your description to hook people in to read it, improving the first photo, adding a scale, whether that be a hand or a measuring tape, whatever, so that people can actually see what the size of the product is, adding a variation photo so people can choose with less confusion, making the processing time clearer, and answer one obvious buyer question within the listing itself. And these listing quality tasks matter because the whole point of this is to eliminate buyer confusion. If your buyer is confused in any way, shape, or form, they will click off and they will not buy. So they don't buy when they have to guess what size it actually is. They don't buy when the first picture is really murky and unclear. They don't buy when the description sounds pretty but doesn't answer any kind of practical questions. A lot of sellers, I think, assume that buyers read every single word or they look at every single picture. They don't. Some do, but most don't really. Most of them are skimming and looking for reassurance. Like, you have to assume that every single buyer is distracted AF whilst they are on their phone looking at your listing. So you have to take that into account. So if your product is handmade earrings, your listing needs to quickly show what are they, how big are they, what do they look like when they're on, are they lightweight, when will they arrive, are they a gift, and what makes them worth this price. That's it. That's the job that your listings have to do. All right, day 3, we are moving into our trust task. This one is massive for new shops. And it can really be, to be honest, a pain in the ass because beginners will obsess over traffic when sometimes the real issue is actually trust. So if a buyer lands on your shop completely cold, what makes them feel safe actually buying from you, actually exchanging money for a product that they hope they're going to receive? That is what today is all about. That is what your trust tasks are for. So trust tasks look like tidy your shop announcement so that it sounds current and helpful, fill in your about section properly, add policies, improve your frequently asked questions, check that your dispatch times make sense, make sure your photos feel professional and consistent enough to reassure people, and encourage reviews after orders in a simple, normal way. And yes, you are allowed to chase them up. Trust is not just about reviews. Trust is built from lots of tiny little signals, not one grand gesture. If your shop has patchy photos, no about section, vague descriptions, and no sense of who is behind the brand or the business, buyers can still buy, but they are going to hesitate a whole heck of a lot more, and that is going to cost you sales. So one daily task might be, today I'm filling out my about section with a clear photo, a short founder story, and what makes my product special. Or today I'm going to review my processing times and make sure they match reality. It's that simple. Now, day 4, visibility or content task. This is going to be your outward facing day. This is going to be the day where you stop assuming Etsy is going to drive all the traffic for you, because I promise you it will not. And I also promise you that if you're relying purely on Etsy traffic, at some point your business is going to die. You don't need a ring light, you don't need like a selfie stick, you don't need outfit changes, you don't need any of those things. So these tasks might simply be post one reel or video showing the product in use, share one behind the scenes clip with a product link, send one email even if you've got a super tiny list, pin one product properly on Pinterest, make one piece of content answering a buyer question, reshare one customer review as a piece of content. A few little hints if you are trying to create content. Try creating content around what it is, who it's for, why people buy it, what problem it solves, and why your version is different. Okay, day 5 is going to be your review and reset day. Your Friday task is basically to have a look and see what is working and what's not. All you need to do is check your stats. That can be Etsy stats, Shopify stats, whatever. All you need to do is simply to notice patterns. Which listings got views, which got clicks, which got favorites, which actually sold. Where is traffic coming from? Are people seeing this but not clicking? Are they clicking but not buying? Are they not seeing it at all? That actually tells you more information, and literally spending 30 minutes doing this is going to give you more information than spending 8 hours on YouTube learning stuff. This is going to tell you what tasks you need for the following week, because now your entire week is shaped by evidence, not just how you think and how you feel and vibes, let's be honest. And if this episode has made you realize that your listings really could do with some love and your whole shop is not converting, it's not selling, you're not even really getting views, then you need to go and grab my 72-page freebie. And it's literally called Why Your Etsy Listings Aren't Selling and What to Do About It. It'll help you actually work out what's putting buyers off, what to check first, and what to fix without turning it into a full-blown project. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Do not forget to subscribe wherever you are consuming this. If you're watching the video version of this, did you know there's a podcast version, and vice versa? Subscribe on whatever platform you are using, because the same time next week I'm going to be coming at you with another tutorial video with me, my iPad, and some really awesome juicy stuff. But for now, my loves, I will catch you all in the next one. Bye everyone.